but as leaders, I think as leaders, we also have to understand that, anticipate that, and also talk about that, because sometimes just telling somebody, again, I've been using this word empathy has been shown up a lot to me, because we do need to demonstrate empathy for both sides. Like I want to see the innovation teams having empathy for how hard of a job it is, the thankless, hard, difficult job it is for security teams to secure the companies that they're stewards of. And also how hard it is for these innovation teams. And the challenge from the cyber side is how hard it is when you're on the hook. We're working with a company right now. And it's like, they have this big public, there's a big public commitment to go deliver this stuff with this AI agentic use cases. And it's like, these things are extremely difficult. Somebody is super stressed out about producing some outcome that the investors need to see, and so on and so forth. So the last thing we need to do is go into our own silos and in our own little silos and kind of defend ourselves, versus just how do we kind of break all these nonsense walls and really just try to step into each other's shoes. It's like there's something about that. And I feel like anytime you bring the right people in a room, and this is sometimes why they don't want to almost go into the room, anytime you get the right teams in this virtual room and have everybody understand the other people's perspective, this is what I've always tried to do. And you walk away with different, you're changing hearts and minds, as opposed to like, oh, I now know why. When Carl tells me no about this and that, I understand why. And you also I understand why these guys are trying to push and trying to deploy whatever they can, because like that is what I feel like is needed. How have you navigated some of that? Assuming you agree, or what has your experience been about getting these multi-disciplines in a room to solve some of these AI challenges and the opportunities, obviously?
Yeah, I mean, I've actually been envious of when I hear other people have like an AI governance board in their company. I haven't had the pleasure of that yet, but that sounds really smart. But yeah, I mean, I guess I've always come from a place of empathy anyways, being starting as an engineer. And this goes back to what I was saying several minutes ago about you understand okay, we're going to limit you on what your Claude Code can do. And then someone's going to say, well, but that's what Claude Code does. I can't use my AWS tool. That's what I'm using it for. And you really understand their pressure, you understand their pressure is to replace some of the DevOps with Claude Code, right? So it's and now the security team's trying to tell them that they can't do that, basically, essentially. And so, yeah, it's and how are we going to get through this together, right? And what is the solution? By the way, I don't know the answer to that. I don't know what the solution is, but yeah, it's definitely best when you get everyone together, for sure. But
yeah. I mean, and it helps. I think sometimes the getting everyone together at least starts the conversation.
Yeah.
The solution at least has to start with the conversation of how are we going to tackle this together. And my answer may not sound good. I'll give you at least my answer that I've found it's worked is it's compromise, right? Yeah. We live in a world that requires compromise. I think I talk to my kids a lot about this. It's just you cannot always have everything exactly your way. So part of it is, as we talk, you're listening to the other person about what is it that they care about and what's most important to them, and what is it that you care about, what's most important to you. And it's ultimately about compromise. Sometimes it's compromise in the scope. Sometimes it's compromise as in, do we hold hands and accept this risk together? But if you have two parties, as we are seeing on the global stage, if you have two parties and they're unwilling to compromise, enter gridlock, right?
Yeah.
That's literally the very definition of, okay, well, we're not moving. We now.
Well, but and that's fine as long as the security leadership is raising that risk. A lot of you hear stories of people, we have to let them run, but their leadership doesn't know that it's that dangerous, right? And so it's fine to say, we have to do this, otherwise we're not going to survive. But as long as you guys are aware of the risks.